Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
C'est au-dessus de moi, encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a un point qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé, t'as bien de moi avec nous deux. En ce moment, on va battre au moins, on t'a dit, t'as mouillé, on s'est battu pour moi, il pleure. Abela lo kan yo. Ka go so duro. Hey. Awaye. Ati o lo a. Ìyàwó Abela lo kan yo. Níbi tó jọba yìí. Níbi tó yànba. Máa ti sì mọ̀ pé yo. Máa jẹ́ jíjí. Wọ́n pe ìṣàmẹ́ fọ́ sí o. Títí connect. Animateur Choco, Nosca, Yassin, de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Want to welcome all of you. Specifically, I want to welcome Prince Sherry. Thank you for joining us, my brother. We say welcome. Folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. We're here again this evening. Going to be doing some serious conversation again this evening. I will be talking a lot of tabata. But I want to thank all of you that are listening and tuning in. We say thank you. It's not an easy thing to do, but we will continue to do that because first thing, we enjoy it. And second, the fact that you guys will come here and watch us, we also enjoy that and appreciate it. And because of showing our appreciation, we will be here every night. Every night, we will be here. Now, so two different things. I come here and talk what I believe to be true. To you, it's tabata. To me, it's tabata, but I'm being fair. So we'll be here and having some serious conversation here tonight. I want to thank all of you that tuned in. Just give me a minute here. Let me get a few things together. I'm not like Prince Sheridan. They got their own big studio. They got people working for them who can turn the camera and things like that. I don't have that. So if I want that camera turned, I got to work here and turn it a little bit. If I want the other lights on or this other lights on, I have to do it. So just bear with me, folks. But we're doing our best. Sherry, thank you, my son. But anyway, just bear with me. We'll be back here. And it's a very serious business we're on. It's a very serious business. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of you that are coming to tune into us, we appreciate it, to be honest with you. Because look, think about it. Some of you come from work. It's not like you don't have anything else to do, but yet still you're tuned into us, to listen to us. So I think it's a sense of pride to have your own fellow men, Liberian, and other people to listen to you. Whether they come to listen or they come to just make fun of you, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. The fact that you are here, we appreciate it. Thank you. Let me give me a minute. Okay, give me a minute here. Let me see. Okay, give me a few seconds here. We're trying to organize some stuff, so just give me a minute here. So just allow me to, get my tabata together. I don't want to talk tabata and it sound like it's not even a good tabata. There are some serious things that are happening back home that I want to address, some of them tonight. I hope these conservatives on this platform don't come to hijack my show again tonight. I hope let them allow me to speak my mind and not come in to hijack my show and decide to bamboozle me to accepting their conservative ideas. I'm a liberal. Those liberal and conservatism don't match. So we're not going to get along. We're not going to get along because I'm not here for friendship, number one. And secondly, I'm not going to allow the conservatives on this platform to come and hijack the show and thinking, say, unless I allow their conservatives idea to take root on this platform or else. It ain't no or else here. This is Samson told the liberal. And I'm not. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I'm not here to for kumbaya here. I'm not here for friendship. I'm here to be truthful. Now, what I believe to be true might not be your truth. That's okay. That's okay. But let me say mine. Give me the opportunity to say my own. Safety, Lord Jesus, wonderful God, the God of mercy, the God of protection, the everlasting light. Those of us that know you, we know you have the ability to lead us, to guide us. We want to thank you. We want to thank you for your blessing to all, every mankind. Specifically, my God, I ask that you bless the Republic of Liberia. Bless the people of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the president and his family. Bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. The president, as far as I'm concerned, he's traveling. Lord Jesus, provide the traveling mercy for our Father. My God, we ask that you take complete control of the show again tonight. I'm a human being like any other person. If any ounce of jealousy, envious, hatred come to mind as I discuss important issue of the Republic of Liberia, I'm talking about my brothers and sisters. If any hatred, any form of hatred comes, my God, please take it away. Let me be truthful. Guide my thoughts, guide my tongue. Whatever comes out of my mouth must be of a decent proposal. My God, because of you, we are here. Because of you, we will be here again tomorrow. Bless us all. My God, thanks for the opportunity that you get to Liberian diaspora. We have two tables to feed. We have a table here in the diaspora we put food on, and we also have table back home to put food. We will not be able to do that unless you continue to bless us. And we ask for that opportunity. Continue to bless us so we will be able to feed two tables. My God, we have two families. We are Liberians. That's what we do. We don't forget one another. And thank you for that opportunity. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you for everything. My God, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Good evening, folks. Samson told the Tapata door has been opened. Let's talk about it. Folks, as you know, I am a strong supporter and a strong believer in this president. President Bakai, because I still believe, I believe then and I believe now still, that he has the ability to take us further. No one else. No one else. But what is happening around him is concerning. It's concerning. Besides few people, and sometimes I wonder, why is a certain group of Liberians that started with him, people who have integrity, that we all have, these people has been tested, and they continue to prove beyond reasonable doubt their ability to provide integrity, whatever they get into. But these people are not being found anywhere near the president. The president have people who and it's difficult for me because I'm a supporter. I'm not Unity Party now. I'm not Unity Party C. So remember that. So I'm not here for Kumbaya with Unity Party. I'm not here for Kumbaya for CDC, because as far as CDC is concerned, they like to put their foot in their mouth, and I'm going to help them from time to time. But I'm here tonight, not because of them. I'm here tonight to talk about few other things. Now, like I said, I'm a supporter and believer in this president. And sometimes it's difficult, to be honest with you, because how can I say I support someone and then I will come and seem to, and I said seem to, criticize? It is not a comfortable place to be. Because if you believe in someone and you believe whatever the person is doing, your duty, your loyalty is to that person. However, this is not a private company. This is not a community dwelling. This is about Liberia. In as much as I believe in President Bakai, I trust President Bakai, I love President Bakai, but I will criticize with responsibility, with love, and with respect. It is because of the love of Liberia. I believe also that President Bakai will want me to speak on issues that I believe not in the interest of the country. Not because I love him, I believe him and trust him and respect him, that he will want me to be quiet. That will not happen. He will not allow me. His conscience, his ability to understand will not allow him to somehow shut me down. And so, as a human being like any other person, when we come to this platform to criticize, we will do so with respect, we will do so with responsibility, and we will do so specifically for President Bakai, we will do so with love. I used to say this here when President Weah was in power, that I would criticize, but I would do it with respect. I will criticize, but I will do it with responsibility, because I believe then, and I still believe, that if President Weah, if I were to come out here and denigrate President Weah, because I believe he's not my president, far from it. So the person who I believe now, who is my president, why other people start saying bye-bye to you about that man? What would I say? What kind of heart I would get to try to say, don't do that? I used to do it. But that's not about it tonight, folks. What is happening in Liberia? For me, yeah, I'm still young. I'm only 25 years old. My older boy is about almost 45, but I'm 25 years old. I used to be one of the foot soldiers for the progressive power movement in Liberia. I used to be, I was a very very young. If this was in America, they wouldn't even let me step out of the house. But I was in Monrovia on my own. My pa in total, my mind total. I beg you, who in total? But there was a gentleman in Monrovia, my mom's first cousin, saw me one time misbehaving, and he told the army people, "You grab that guy," and they grabbed me, and he showed me how to behave. I'm not going to tell you that lecture. Samson, though. That face, you see, and a shameful face. But let's get back to the subject matter. And so tonight, it is a little bit disappointing. I would say, I said it before, and I will say again, I hope these conservatives don't come in tonight to try to disrupt my show by hijacking and talking about, how do you call it, independency and talking about capital punishment, all that kind of, well, please, just stay away from me tonight. Let me enjoy myself. But anyway, no, seriously, folks, I sent a link out already. So if you want to join me, please do so. So I will go back to this $13.2 million legislation projects that the legislatures have allotted to themselves. Members of the House of Representatives and Senate have allotted $13.2 million in the 2024 budget for legislation projects, signaling a move towards a decentralization and grassroots development. Each of the 73 representatives have been allotted $100,000. $100,000 for district development fund. Okay, let's go on. Okay, I think I need to do this here too. Okay, all right. For district development fund, why senator will receive US $150,000 each. This allegation translates to a minimum of US $500,000 for projects, counties with at least 2 representatives. The breakdown of fund for legislation support projects per county include allegations such as Moserado receiving $2 million, Nima $1.2 million, Sino $600,000, Grand Bassa $800,000, Maryland $600,000. Others include Mount Gibby, Corruption King is in there, Mount Gibby $800,000, Bomb $1 million. That's where the other young man is Lofa $800,000, Grand Cape Mount $600,000, Bommi $600,000, Wapolo $600,000, Grand Gide $600,000, River G $600,000, Grand Crew $500,000, and River Cess $500,000. Those are believed to be the projects for each of these counties. Okay. The funds are intended to support local development initiatives, directly making a significant shift towards bringing government resources closer to the people. The law. What people? Y'all know the people? Y'all want to know the people when time to vote? What people y'all know? What people? What the law? Traditionally, government expenditure has been heavily skewed towards centralized institutions, with only a fraction of tax collected being reinvested in the local community. True. I used to watch that one in the 70s when I was a little boy in Total. True. They used to put stake on people's foot, and you pay your $10 hard tax. They put stake on your foot, or they tie your hand behind your back and put your knee on the rock and make you to look in the sun for hours until somebody come and pay $10. My mom used to pay $10 a lot. I remember that. Okay. However, the introduction of a district development fund makes a departure from this trend, signaling a substantial boost for democratic governance and community empowerment. Hey, Franticofa, I love you, my brother. You know, I'm with you everywhere. But this one, my brother, I'm not with you. Maybe I know you're smart. The man who does the whole, how do you call it, law bar, the man does the whole thing. The man's a very smart young man. Even do say here too. House Speaker Franti Kofa has played a key role in advancing this initiative, emphasizing grassroots development and inclusive governance. The recent approval of the fiscal year 2024 national budget, let me see anybody, nobody, national budget amounting to US $738,859,827 reflects a notable increase and highlights commitment of lawmakers to meaningful development projects. The budget, which has since been passed, reflects a significant increment of 6.7% from the initial version submitted by the executive through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. The executive initial budget proposed total 600, so I will read that later. But let me deal with this one a little bit, my brothers and sisters. I was on the same platform saying that Flanty Kofa is the best. Believe that Honorable Flanty Kofa, I know Flanty Kofa well. I know him. He and I, we have a lot of interaction. He's a straight shooter. Flanty Kofa does not hide anything. Everything about Flanty Kofa is about Liberia. I know that. I know that. But this move, it's very perplexing to me. I'm a little bit confused. Because when you read through this, there's nothing in here for Flanty that I know. Honorable Kofa that I know. He always says, Samson, be brother. You know, when you want something, if somebody comes to you, I want X, Y, and Z, the person have to submit some sort of a reasoning that you yourself would analyze and say, yes, okay, this will make sense. That's the Flanty that I know. And in this request, in this document, in this paper that I'm reading tonight, I've not seen anything yet where Flanty Kofa has asked those representatives and senators to submit to them their blueprint. And I'm using the word blueprint very carefully, very carefully. I'm an engineer, so those are words that I use. I can throw them around very easily, okay? But what do I mean by blueprint? Okay, so say representative from Grand Union County, say Boston District. How many towns in Boston District? And within those towns, forget about town, chiefdom. How many chiefdom do we have in Boston District? How many clans do we have in Boston District? How many towns do we have in Boston District? For which this $100,000 is going to be allotted to this young man. You know, when I was in Liberia some time ago, we had a Liberian Engineer Society conference 2 years or so ago, and it was held in Banga, Bon County. And I was there as an engineer, number one, so I contributed with some of my own talking point or whatever. But I was also there as Liberia. I was wearing the same thing. I was also, but I was not fat like this. So they think could fit me. They can't fit me now. But who cares? But so I was there to interview. I even interviewed the current Deputy Minister of Public Welfare for Technical Affairs, Honorable Prince Tamba. I interviewed him. I also interviewed another guy who is the technical advisor to the German embassy in Liberia. So I asked him this question, and I'll play this tape here someday. I asked him this question. I said, why is it that the German company continue to pour money in this country when you know the people are so corrupt? The government, they are so corrupt. Because with all the money you've been pouring, what are some of the things you're getting back that is so good that for which reason you go back to your taxpayer and ask for money all the time? So he said, Mr. Toll, good question. Come to the office Monday and I will introduce you to my boss. He most likely will be, because we ourselves have been wondering about that too. That's the German technical representative. We all know these things. I have been involved in Liberia doing projects. I think about 2 or 3 projects now that I've been involved with, road project design. But every time those people that are there for the contract, they always ask for kickback. I know these things. I'm not going to call them, but I know. The person who is the non-representative, has he declared his asset? How much does he have now? For which we're giving him $100,000 from Watson District. What project is he going to carry out there? Where are the blueprints? I'm not saying that he doesn't have the ability to carry out the project, but where are the blueprints? To say to Speaker Kufa, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. And perhaps that blueprint can be used to hold him responsible for the people money. $13.2 million. And just quite recently, I've been reading that the Minister of Public Works have spent $22 million for that. And I will not hold back tonight. Crappy jobs they made. And when I talk to somebody, they say, well, that your engineering standard over there, that's not, it doesn't apply right now. Right now, we just want the road to be pliable. Pliable. Come rainy season, people will start getting stuck again. People come this rainy season, people will start getting stuck because I know how that road was built. And it's not a decent way to build a road, specifically to rehab. And the problem is they know exactly what is happening, what's wrong, what are the problems. I call those problems localized issues. You have a whole section of the road, and only this area is bad. That's localized issues. Whatever happened on the other side, yes, but this is the most area that is impossible. So you target that area. Fix it. The rest of it, you can fix it. But then it becomes maintenance. This one is not maintenance. It's a rehab. These conditions are maintenance issues. They don't understand that. But I'm not going to talk about engineering here tonight. So, let me go on. Again, folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. If you're listening, we say thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. But let's go on. So, they're going to give them $100,000 for the project. What project? We don't know yet. When I started after graduating from engineering school, I went into construction business. I did that for years. Even before, while I was in school, I was still working as a construction engineer. Where I go to Willoughby, I go to Cleveland, I work for Army Corps of Engineers, go to Burden Lake and lay out their park and all those kinds of stuff. I did all of those things. But one of the things that you would do is to have a blueprint. When you put a project out for the contractor to bid on the project, they use your blueprint. They use your bid document, which contains all of the drawing. You're telling the contractor, this is how this road should be built. Since I'm talking road. And the contractor going to follow that. Now, there are some issues. Say, for example, I finished roadway design, and the government said, oh, we ain't got money right now, but I have all my plans done, everything. I've submitted my plan to the government sent it out for bid and everything. And the people finish bidding. With the bid, somebody won the bid. But because they don't have the money, the person can't start. Then a storm comes in and blow the whole area up, destroy the whole area. It's a change of condition. A person who won the bid can come back to you and charge you for change of condition. Those are the kinds of stuff that his representative don't have the ability, what contract, what project are they going to identify for $100,000 in their district? What project? What project would they identify that will benefit the entire district? And here's another thing here. Oh, Frankie, man, I'm a little, but one of these days, I'm not even going to call him. I'm not going to text him. I'm not going to talk about. I will talk about it on the show, but I'm not going to address him and talk to him personally. I won't do that. And the reason is because if I call him to have a discussion with him, then my brotherly feeling will kick in. And I might try to reason with him quicker than me doing it on the show, because right now I will push back. So anybody that call and try to talk on his behalf, I will push back. But let's go on. So no blueprint for 100,000. How many projects this 100,000 gonna take? We don't know. And let me read some more. Maybe there's something in there about that. Okay. The executive initial budget proposed total $692 million, but the Congress, the people took it out to their own to be 700. So they added a little bit over $1 million on that. Okay. Okay. Was subject to rigorous scrutiny and review by the Joint Committee on Ways, Means, and Finance, as well as the Public Accounting Committee of both House and Senate, through extensive consultation with revenue-generating entity. The committee identified additional project revenue amount to $46,451,000. Paving the way for the argument of the budget and the allocation of funds towards vital development initiative. We will not change. And let me just tell you this. I've been saying this here for a very long time. We're in more trouble. These young leaders, today's leaders, are more sophisticated than the leaders before. Today's leaders, many of them are accounting. They know how to move the money around. They know how to say, now you see it, now you don't see it. They will fool us. They will fool us. And many of us are not accounting. We don't know about money business. So how are you going to argue with them? But this is what I'm saying. You will find out that this 100,000 at the end of the day will create some serious issue in the House of Representatives and also in the Senate. Because most of these people will not be sincere. They will not come back to say this is how the money was spent, to tell you in an effective way how the money was spent. Many of these people, they used to be here in the United States. In many of these section organizations, they are corrupt. We know these people. Many of them used to run county organization, section organization here in the United States. And whenever they are in the leadership, they were corrupt. They were stealing money. We know these things. That's why most of these section and county organizations are always in disarray, because people are eating money. These are the same people have now gravitated back home to Liberia, and they give them job. What do you expect? Do you expect anything different? I don't think so. But let's move on. Let's move on. The District Development Fund, sourced from the new fund revenue, is earmarked for the strengthening of the community institution and the development and maintenance of local infrastructure. Yeah? Okay. Oh, listen to this, infrastructure. What infrastructure Boston District had that you're going to have 100,000 for maintenance? The road in Boston District are all Liberian Public Work Radio. Liberian Public Work Road. So how would a district try to maintain a national road? That's not the district work. the major road in the district that I know of, from Sesto River all the way to Zwadru, all the way to Chen District, that's public work corridor. It has nothing to do with the district. It just goes through the district. The road from Zlatan all the way to Bazan, a public work road, because public work pay the people to build that road. They're not district road. So where okay, Bazan District Association in the United States build schoolhouse in Yaoundé. They're not the district going to maintain that. They finish building it. Okay. Bazan District in the United States, under the leadership of J.J. Dennis, is also building high school in Town. That's not district responsibility to come. So where the road from Town to the Ivory Coast border, that government road, that public work road, that's not district responsibility to maintain that. So what is the infrastructure? The schools all over the district are Minister of Education property. What do you mean by the district should maintain? What are they going to maintain? Their shoes. What are they going to maintain? Their pens. What are they going to maintain? The clothes they got. Where exactly the district going to maintain? Why you're fooling us like this? For what reason? For what reason? Stealing have no bound in life. We got trouble. And my friend and brother, the person that I love, to be part, Kofa got to have a reason. Franti Kofa have to have a reason to do this. And I hope it's not because he wants to be president in 2029. Because that's not who Kofa is. Kofa will not spend Liberian people money to benefit himself, not necessarily taking money, but for the future political, benefit himself politically. I don't think he would do that. And I hope this is not what this is. I hope. So my issue tonight, folks, it's a very serious one. Why are we spending these kinds of money? Public Works said they spent $22 million to build what? I don't know. But I will deal with it. I'm ready here. I will deal with it. Because right here on this show, I will show how Tabata and unbelievable Minister getting is with this $22 million. Because I will approach them from an engineering perspective. I'm not going to talk to them about finances and things, because I don't know anything about finances. But I will show you. They're telling me that they spent $22 million. First of all, I will tell you how long the road is and how many kilometers roads they spend that 22, and then we'll put that $22 million into section. Break it down with quantities, with labor cost, machine cost. Let's see if we're going to get that $22 million. But that's something I'll talk about later. I will talk about it later, okay? But let's go on. These are things that they are unbelievable. These people are unbelievable. And you don't hear anything from any of the other people. I haven't heard anything from Yeka Koloba. I've not heard anything from Dallas Dillon about this. What's going on? Why is this thing happening to us again? Liberians, why are we like this again? For what reason? For what reason? My brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. Why? Why? We go to these things here with these kinds of problems all of the time. You bring people on, people you trust, people you believe in. They give them responsibility, and then they let us down. So let me go on. You can write all you want to write. I will be truthful. I will not lie. Whether I like the president or not, I will be truthful. So let's go on. The bold policy decision represents one of the most progressive moves ever undertaken by the legislature under Speaker Florence Kofa leadership, signaling a commitment to grassroots empowerment and inclusive development across Liberia. Florence want to be president. There's no way around it. Florence Kofa want to be president for 20. Why would he be doing all these kinds of money? Now, here's an interesting thing that Florence is not taking into consideration. I know Florence been in Liberia for a very long time, so he's quite familiar with the Liberians' behaviors and what have you. He's not as naive as I am with the Liberian people behavior and things like that, so he knows. But here's the thing. You give that kinds of money to these people without having something to hold them by. We saw what happened to the inauguration money. We ain't got no report yet. We saw what happened with Luther Tappert, Dr. Luther Tappert, no report yet. We saw the money that when President Ambassador Baka at that time, Ambassador Baka came to the United States here, the money people collect, no report. We saw what happened with the $70,000 from ANC, no report. Nothing. They just say, we'll look into it. We'll look into it. What are you going to do? The voting process is over. They come and lie to us. Oh, you'll vote us in. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And because of the trust and belief and whatever we have in this president, we put everything together. Nothing. And Florence Kofa really believe that these people will come back and report to him. It is his duty, though. It is his duty as a speaker. Because right now the press is praising him, doling out money. He should also remember, he's my brother. I love him. He's my brother. But he should also remember that when the time comes, he will have to be asked what happened to the $13.2 million projects, district projects report. The Liberian Agencies of Community Empowerment is tasked with implementing these projects. Interesting now. Yeah, let go. Your way. Now you will see the interesting thing. They brought in other people now. So Florence Kofa apparently must have relinquished his oversight power on this money to another group. This is getting interesting. Hey, my man, please sit down, man. People talking good thing coming right. All kind of here tonight. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching. But anyhow, with the oversight ability to delegate to an appointed oversight committee led by Deputy Speaker Tomo Fala. The whole thing now, boss. That not Tomo Fala during 2020 campaign that you were there doing out money, buying vote. That not Tomo Fala. Yeah, we got trouble. Then that the one on leave my job to go to Liberia to say I'm coming to work. To do what? To do what? Unless I want to steal. But I don't want to steal. I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be part of that. Every one of these people were broke when they got this position. And they're going to be rich by the time President Baka leaves. After these people will be rich. If President Baka don't put stop to it now, these people will be rich. Just like President Weah and his people. Liberia is just like a meat. You know, when I was growing up in Totan, there used to be a story. They said it's the big meat from the sea. So the meat will come and beach himself or beach themselves on the ocean. So the people will come and cut the side, eat the side. Then they turn around, go back in the ocean and show the other side. That's how the people consider Liberia. Some meat. You eat, you get tired, I come, I eat. You heard the former vice president telling us this. You eat, that's our time to eat. that was time to eat too. You heard that? It's not something I'm making up. So Liberia, they always consider Liberia like a meat. Look at this thing here. That Thomas father you were put in charge of the 13 point something million. Are we serious? Are we serious? Okay. But maybe Thomas father has reformed himself, and the fact that now he is representing a 4-year district, I believe. So maybe the people in 4-year telling him, man, don't play that Maria sour game. They want that different thing. With putting you there, take it serious. So maybe Thomas father has changed. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler for the House of Representatives. The implementation process is set to proceed, including project planning, procurement, and oversight to ensure projects are completed by December 2024. Okay. Listen to this. Let me read that again. Then I will ask you a question. The implementation process is set to proceed, including project planning, procurement, or oversight to ensure projects are completed. But okay, let me name what they have though. They said the process going to start, including project planning. In order for you to plan for the project, first thing, the project must be identified. I'm right now, I'm studying project planning. So I know. First, you have to identify the project. You must have a project. And then you plan how you're going to proceed with the project. Whatever project it is. Whether it be a house, a vertical project or horizontal project. It doesn't matter. In order for you to plan, you must have the project in here. And in order for you to have the project in here, you must have a blueprint. Nothing here. Many people think people are stupid. Nothing here. So let me go on. But they plenty of, they say they got to complete the project by December 20. So by December 2024, if you don't finish your 100,000, that's it. They will take it away from you. I don't know. I'm just making it up. Okay. Accordingly, life will only construct or undertake project in a district or county that are only designed and approved by the district representative or senator. But people, Liberia is a funny place. Liberia is a... How the hell you gonna have somebody to approve of a design of a project when a person is not an engineer, has no process, he has no project management process? How is he gonna approve of what? What does he know to approve? To approve what? Let's go ahead. This is getting interesting. Okay. But now listen to this tonight. You see, this is corruption over corruption. These people now are putting they're saying, like, will only construct or undertake project in a district. But here's the interesting thing. Oh, look at this. Let me see. The first time they mention like, let's see what it says. A Liberian agency of community empowerment is taking its tax with implementation. We're implementing these projects with oversight. Implementing this project with oversight responsibility, delegating an appointed oversight committee. They want to jump, listen to their response. They say they're going to do oversight, or they're not jump from oversight. They say, like, we'll only construct. From oversight, you come to construct what? You're not oversight, you're not doing oversight again, you into the construction business now. You're going to construct or undertake. You're not doing oversight. So you have two responsibilities. This is corruption at the highest. No, thank you, Sam. I'm not going anywhere. I stay right here. But listen to this. This is the corrupt behavior of our people. First, they said these people, they represented tax there for the oversight responsibility. Now, they say they're not only oversight business again, they're into implementation and then construction. Because if you're constructing something, they're construction. Okay, so they're into that now. What is it? What is it? So they're going to get paid for oversight. They're going to get paid for undertaking the project. Okay, oversight community. Okay, they're going to get paid for construct or undertake project. So they're going to get paid twice, double dipping, as far as I'm concerned. But this is Liberia. Let me go on. The representative or senator in consultation with his or her constituency will discuss and approve a project. You see that? You see, they're putting the cart before the horse. I mean, putting the cart before the horse. Instead of them then telling us that, okay, Frantic Kofa should say, you go to your district, find out what project your people want, you put it on a piece of paper and come back. Then we will tell you how much you're going to get. After you come back and tell them how much the project going to cost. Then but you giving them 100,000. Then, yeah. This spider business in Liberia will not end. Are you give the person 100,000 and say, okay, we're giving you $100,000 for the project. We don't even know what project it is. We don't know what the project is all about. But we're giving you 100,000. Now go find the project. That corrupt behavior there. What kind of people is this? What is this? What exactly these people are doing to us? They got Liberians that won the DV. I think they said 2,500 that won the DV. If those people are all given the visa, they will leave the country. Because there's nothing there for the young people. You take one representative and give him this kinds of thing. You would think that representative would find me to employ people, use that money to build something so the people, the community, the young people in our district will be able to have something to gravitate towards, something that will sustain them. But Liberia, and in Liberia specifically, many people, including our own relatives, their interest is instant gratification. And this is exactly what is happening. The Frantic Kofa and people tell them, okay, we got $100,000 for you to get a project. You'll go look for a project. You heard President Baka. You know what he told President Wead one time? You can't build $50,000 and he said that $3 million. I got tape for that. But this is what we have. This is who we are. We take our own money, Liberians' money, and use it as though it's somebody else's money. Now you see it, now you're done. Then we consider ourselves smart because we can fool the people all of the time. Then we're smart. The people you fooling, these are Liberians, my brothers and sisters. These are Liberians. Let me go on. The representative of the Senate in consultation, blah, 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 approved project, oversight committee, and over. For the House of Representatives, the chairman of the Oversight Committee is Deputy Speaker Falah. The Deputy Speaker and member of the Project Oversight Committee were appointed by Speaker Frantic Kofa to ensure that lawmaker projects are implemented to the letter, standard, and worth the money value. You got a project. Yeah, man. I tell you, these people, they can make people laugh. And it's very serious. You get a project, you get a man $100,000. Then you say, go fund the project. But when you fund the project, we'll make sure that project and get the money worth and everything. How are you going to know this? The person come back. The person is supposed to go identify the project first by his people. And after that, the person come to you with the list of projects. Then you say, okay, you come, you brought 200 list of projects. We only have $100,000. Now you look among those 100 projects that will be able to help you with the 100,000. But you get a man 100,000. Then you say go look for project. But the project you will bring, make sure that the 100,000 is spent effectively. That's a joke. You think that, but Franti Kufa, you know people don't do the thing. Franti, you know very well. But then again, I hope this is not about your ambition, presidential ambition of 2029. Because if you do this, my brother, you know it's not going to help you. Liberians are sophisticated nowadays. Liberians are sophisticated nowadays. Look how much issues that is being exposed by Stanton Witherspoon. Liberians are now glued to a spoon every night because of the exposures of this ill-gotten wealth from different people. Liberians are getting tired of you guys, the way you behave in that country. It's just a matter of time. 2029, the election is not going to be like 2023. Liberian will scrutinize you. They will ask questions. Just like you, leadership, just like you feel you're so sophisticated that you'll be able to fool the people all the time. Liberians are not sleeping. They have young, in Franti Kofa, you know better. You know the kinds of people you have in the diaspora. You were once member of the diaspora community. You're just as intelligent as member of the diaspora community. You have young Liberians who have educated themselves, who are so sophisticated. You can't fool them. They will come. This question will be asked. Put your documents together and make sure you can answer these questions. Let me read on. The return of the lawmaker today will kick off their progress, including design of project. Yeah, you see what? Yeah, man, you gonna give me a headache. I'm telling you, you're gonna get now. Listen to this. Now, including design of project, procurement, and bidding, which will overhaul. Bow down to oversight of $100,000 worth of project. You see this? The thing they have been saying all night. Now, you finish telling the people you got 100,000 for them. Now they're going to have to find $100,000 worth of project. Eh? Eh? Wow. Wow. My people. And this project will be done by, there are reports that a newly established department, the Legislature Support Program Department, will serve as a secretariat of the Legislature Project Initiative. More corruption. Who will pay these people? That 100,000 you're giving the Senate, representative, that where the money gonna come from? Why you're doing us like this? So, I don't know. I don't know. But the good thing is for some of us, for example, I'm having a good time. I'm having a blast of the kind of work that I do here. I'm just having a good time of the kind of work that I do here in the United States. Okay. So I really don't need to say I want a job back home. If anything I want to do, just like I've been doing with many of the projects, I don't get paid. I do it because I do it for one reason. But the reason for which I'm doing these projects, I'm not even able to achieve that. That is to have my name on the project. To say Samson to build it. They don't even do that. I design a project because they want to cut corners. So they go, because they want to cut corners, they will go and not even do the way I have the project designed. True story. But that's what we are. That's what we are. And so it's difficult. It's very difficult, my brothers and sisters. It's very, very difficult. And it's disheartening as well. Because you do these things as a Liberian, you want the future to benefit. But nothing. Everything they do is for themselves and for instant gratification. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. They're not in this for what are these? They're not in it for something to say, oh, these people, yeah, if they do it, if we do it, well, they would benefit future. They're not looking at future. The way the Liberian people and the Liberian mentality is, the future will fend for themselves. For now, we're here, the elephant meat, we'll eat it. You want your own car and get it. You want it, come and get it. That's the kind of mentality and that's the kind of behavior they have. Why? Why are they behaving like that, my brothers and sisters? Why? Why do they do this to us? Why? Why are these people behaving like that? Because they feel Liberia is an elephant meat. So if you have the power, and that's why campaign time, these people will go and do everything in their power to campaign. They will lie upon lie, you know. And some of us believe them. We were here, say, yeah, that is true. That is true. So lie. So lie. But we believe it. And why would we not believe that? I forgot. I'm trying for my garage. My garage door is open. You know, it's summertime now. So say Rick or something. Yeah, not easy. But anyway, so yeah, I forgot my garage door is open. But anyway, folks, I need to close that. I need to close that, to be honest with you. I need to close that. So let me do this. Let me do this.
Du sucre dans les bords. Chaque matin, il est gros. Matin, il peut m'envoyer. Oubliez un bébé, bon en dire. Baka ne peut en dire, moi non, à pas du bébé. Oubliez un bébé, ouais, t'as la bonne, ouais, non, de rien, avec tes bons. Mais tu suis là, tu vas en dire, oui, non, à pas du bébé. Ma elles sont pas. Abele ye dio. Bele yo, but I know my babu be here. Se go away, abele nunya yo. Bele nunya yo. But I know my babu be here. Oh, bonju ye dio. Oh, bonju ye dio. But I know.
I'm back. So let's go back to about somebody opening the line. Yeah, I have my garage open here. You know, my studio is in the garage. So, but they kicked me out first. They gave me one room for me to do my studio. But they say I make too much noise. I talk about Liberia, I talk plenty. So they kicked me downstairs. I had a place there by the exercise room. She said when she and her children there doing exercise and I'm talking about Liberia laughing and stuff like that, it's too much. So they kicked me out in the garage. So I said, okay. So I built my own studio. 4 walls. I built my own studio. So fast and you see the glass here? Acrylic glass. It don't break. I fix it myself. All of these things, I put them together. And you all know, I mean, I face car, do other things. So what's about it? By the way, that's besides the point. So Baka can send. But who? What? Okay, folks, excuse me 1 minute. Okay. So anyway, if from the memo call you thinks we're all getting old. So we got auntie and uncle them back, so when they call you, you got to answer. But anyway, so I will soon be opening the line. But thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And this is a very serious problem. This is a very serious problem. But the good thing is, with everything that I stated here tonight, what is happening with legislation money has nothing to do with President Buckeye. President Buckeye is in the executive. I just read to you the budget he sent to these people. The budget he sent, his budget was, let me see if I can find that again. His budget he sent. So I don't want people calling tonight and trying to, the budget that were passed by the representative in the Senate, please, yes, what President Biden, okay, the budget they passed 738,859,927. President Baca's own budget he submitted $692 million. So the rest of it is poke for them. But that's okay. That's okay. On a very serious note, one of the things that I'm very hopeful about when it comes to Liberia, with respect to Liberia and everything else, one of the things that I'm very hopeful about is that the young people in the diaspora, the better day of Liberia is still way ahead of us. You know, and I will give this analogy here, and perhaps it might not be a good one, but that's the only one that I know. I used to fight when I was little. I used to wrestle a lot when I was little, and I was very good at that as well. But in wrestling, you don't just grab your friend and throw the. No, when you grab them, you wiggle a little bit and see which way, when in that you're wiggling, to see his weak spot. I've been telling you guys this story, and let me tell you it again. And I hope to see this young man someday. When we were growing up in the barracks, BTC, at night, on the flagpole, those of you that grew up in the 70s in BTC, you will know when I say flagpole. On the flagpole at night. So when we go, it's a sandy area. So when we go, we make line to wrestle. So the big boys that was older than her, they sit and watch and declare the winner. So there's this, I mean, nobody could throw me down. Ain't no way, I'm Samson tall, you know. But this one guy, they call him Sai, Gizzy Ball. We're calling Gizzy Ball anyway. But you know in Liberia, what they got? Pedal ball, Gizzy Ball, Bassa Ball. I never heard Crown Ball one day. And the whole time we used to walk from Barry to Rochester anymore, I never heard Crown Ball one day. It's always Pedal Ball, Gizzy Ball, Loma Ball. No, you can't say Vi Ball. You can't say it. The Vi, Pedal, you say Pedal Ball. But the Vi, the other tribe, Gribble and things that you call them by their name. But the Pele, Loma, the Pele ball, the Loma ball, Gizzy ball, and stuff like that. So, but anyway, this young man, his name was Sa Gizzy Ball, we call him. Short little guy. But my goodness, the first time Sa and myself went to wrestle, I had him, I thought, so I had him in there. I gave him my hip, put him up. So, but when you put somebody up, you yourself gonna have to be in the air. You can't stay on the ground and say you're gonna throw it, you're gonna hurt yourself. So you put them on your hip, put them over, and then you go along with them. So the idea was, as soon as I put Sai on my hip and put him up, by the time we hit the ground, I will be at the bottom. So I asked him, he does that all the time. So I asked him, because I know I have you, and you're going down. He said, Samson, when you put me on your hip, I let you do that. So while we're in the air, I also maneuver myself. By the time we hit the ground, you're on the bottom. And I practiced with him. Eventually, I got mastered to that. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is this. The young Liberians in the diaspora, the young Liberians that are educating themselves, these so-called leaders, they consider themselves sophisticated leaders. They will not win. They might be in it for what I consider to be instant gratification, but in terms of winning political position, 2029, y'all would say, Samson said, it will be so difficult for them. It will be so difficult for them to win any position in our country, 2029. The representatives and those who are going to be seeking the office for the presidency, it will be hard. Why? Because they are not positioning themselves to be truthful. They are not positioning themselves to be responsible. They are not positioning themselves to be transparent. And many of these young Liberians, this is not, the 2029 that your CDC, South will go away. The Jefferson County, then they will be on the west side. The sophisticated sedition will take over CDC. And Unity Party will also come strong. Liberty Party will come strong. These are young people that are coming up. Not these corrupt leadership we have now. Their time will be on, and they will be surprised. They will be surprised. I will not even be surprised. Let me say this, by the way. Let me predict that the next president of the Republic of most likely will come from the United States or from one of the diaspora community all over the world. Because the corrupt behavior back was just too much. President Weah, thanks to President Weah, he was able to expose the inner working of Liberian government to many, many Liberians who have no clue how the government function. But because of President Weah, his corrupt people, Liberians begin to see. And thanks to the likes of Costa, I don't like his intake from time to time. And thanks to the likes of Witherspoon, they began to open up the Liberian government for people to actually see how these people operate. And as a result of this, the young and sophisticated Liberian, the future leader, true future leader of Liberia, are now putting themselves together. Things not to do. So for me, the future of Liberia is way ahead of us. I'm not worried. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. I know the future of Liberia is ahead of us. We will come on out of this here and on top. If you watch this government voting this few times, they're being exposed. Did you listen to the letter that came from what's his name, Martin Colley, on their Mobati, whatever they call it, asset recovery? No. Liberia will not remain like that. Liberians, specifically the young people, are finding their footing. And if you are in government at this time and want to remain in power, your best bet is to be transparent and don't do like everybody else. If you see something is not right, say something. Because nowadays, the social media, you can be in Total. Instead, right now, people in Total, they can watch me here in Sacramento. They can watch me right now as I scratch my hair. So the sophistication level of Liberian is increasing every day. You can't fool the people, especially the young Liberians. You're not going to be successful. You will be embarrassed. That thing you used to do 10, 15 years ago, vote with a cup of rice, chicken soup, and sardine, that the young Liberian you will try to vote from, it's not going to happen. By the time 2029 comes around, you will see the amount of Liberians, young Liberians, sophisticated Liberians, will be on the ground to educate their brothers and sisters about transparency and honest voting. I gave you an example. President Weah and CDC, you saw what American did to you. One man locked you out completely. American, he alone beat you. American, can you imagine? And there's many Americans around nowadays that are educating themselves. So why would I worry? Why would I not be happy? I am happy. I will talk about this ill as I see them. Where in the world you will go and give somebody, say, I gave you 100,000, go find project. What sense does it make? Or I will give you 100,000, now design the project for 100,000. That's not how it works. Even, I'm not an architect, but to design, to do a building, you do what they call bubble. Kitchen here, living room here, bathroom here, and this one and this. You put all of them together, and then you organize where to place them. And in the process, you are able to identify the material that's going to be used to fix all of these things. And in identifying the material, you put prices on there. That's how you do project. You don't say, yeah, the money come back and find it. Just bringing it backward. But only corrupt behavior will give you those kinds of attitude. Where they say, yeah, the money, go find a project. Yeah, the Liberian people money, you go find a project. Yes, it's the Liberian people money, you go find a project. What kind of business is that? The young, sophisticated Liberians. They're looking at you. They will soak you. You saw what American did to you. American, one person. He came. I think you were getting ready to do diba. CDC, the likes of Eugene Nabe. Oh, I believe us, very smart person. The like of Samuel Toy, another smart person. And American single-handedly defeated you, dislodge you from your corrupt behavior. American, one man, able to defeat you. They were able to defeat you because why? They play your game and they beat you at your own game. American didn't go to CDC and take down their tally sheet and tear it apart. They were lying to the president. They said they got tally sheet. They ain't got tally sheet. They got a Calasco over there with blue bucket. That tally sheet. No. But American, because of his sophistication. And there was other young, I keep telling you, there are young Liberians that are preparing themselves. American, yeah, single-handedly, but he has people working with him. From here, from in the diaspora, and they were in control of your voting process. You think the children is stupid? You think the children is stupid? You think they're stupid? They were right here, and they were in control of all of your precinct, voting precinct in Liberia. Before your report, they finish getting all that stuff. They pass that number on to American. American put it on his website. It's because of that the international community started following American. There's no way you can steal. He lock you up. Sophistication. Single-handedly defeated CDC machine, political machine. And then you can't get vexed when President Weah conceded you get vexed. Well, you want to tell she, I said, you ain't got to tell she. Because you people refuse. You refuse to understand that these days, that not chicken soup and cup of rice and sardine will give you vote anymore. You have to work for it. You have to demonstrate that, yes, Liberia, I am ready to lead. You think these people in Liberia, they're not yesterday Liberians, oh. You can't do chicken soup and sardine business anymore. Cup of rice, chicken soup, and alcohol oil. That will not give you the kind of vote anymore. And you can ask CDC, they will attest to that. So, folks, again, let me just say this to you, that we are here tonight because we're talking about some wonderful, wonderful thing. The young Liberians, because of them, I am happy to report to you that the sophistication level. You see, here's the thing that I will open a lie. Here's the interesting thing here, as far as I'm concerned. The young Liberians, and many of them, let me just tell you now, many of the young Liberians that I'm talking about, many of them are with me. And they smile like whistle. They're with me. And they smile like when you think your man then come to, you always see something. You always see, you see, this is what I like about your Liberian people. This is why you like to take things for granted. Then when they hit you, you say, what happened? Oh, my man, why were they? I was not expecting you. Because you didn't prepare yourself for the future. The sophistication level of these young Liberians, many of them with me, they are coming. They are coming. Many of them from the interior. They have Liberia at heart. They want to make sure Liberians and Liberia survive. Not the corrupt man over there, over stealing every day. And what the heck you will come and give $100,000 for a project that is yet to be defined? Tell me why? 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 Why will you give a project that is yet to be defined? Let me bring the two people in. Better to be late than never. Thank you guys for joining me. But I'm almost.
Yeah, but I've been on the show when you started. You know what brought me here? I've been texting you. I've been calling you. Yeah, I've been listening.
I was looking.
Yeah, I've been on the show since you started. But that's what,
Jerry, man.
I text you. I listened to your introduction and everything. I text you.
Hey, man.
That's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry because because I can't see. You see how I'm bending like this? This is how I can see when I bend. Okay.
But that's fine. Right. That's fine.
That the two picture here, the picture got me blind like that. I couldn't see much. See the picture?
That's fine.
And there's other picture here.
I've been listening to you. I mean, good introduction, good program. I've been listening to you.
Yeah, but it's we're here for another 30 minutes or so. But thank you guys. Thank Dr. Mali. Thanks for joining. But I'm just saying on a very serious note, these people, the leadership now, they're young as well, but they are sophisticated. However, what they're not realizing is that there are younger Liberians who are more sophisticated than them, and they are transparent, and they will challenge them 2029. And these people over there in leadership right now, if they don't put themselves together, I'll submit that they will be defeated. Let me welcome Jerry Beckham. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for the not being able to recognize you right away. I'm very, very sorry about that. Dr. Mali, thank you for joining. Jerry, please take it away. Let me rest my mouth a little bit.
Hey, thank you. Look, the last time I was here, you talk about a young future who will build our country, and I brought that argument out. I was very tangled by my other peer, and I will still stand by my decision. In order for Liberia to survive, it is our responsibility and our obligation, we that are in the diaspora, that will build our country. I'm not saying we'll marginalize them or we'll subordinate them, but because of this reason, you are exposed to certain things. Let me give you one typical example that psychologists will tell you. Look, there are little things that we can do for our country. The children are here. Our brother will agree with me because he's an ED. The children will run to the cooler, for example. They will run to the cooler. One person get to that cooler first, the rest, there's no more argument. As soon as they get to that cooler, in the elementary school. As soon as all of them will be running, as soon as they get to that cooler, everybody start falling in line. See, it's a doctrine. Look at you and myself. We'll go on SKD, Anthony Tottenham Stadium. We'll fight. By the time you finish buying your ticket and what have you, your shirt, you're sweating. It's the system that we care how to follow to make our system to work with. You talk about the project. Look, the central government, like you said, it's a big elephant. Everybody can just call it. The local government, look, I like your scenario you gave. I'm from the village, way from B&W. When clan chief and town chief and paramount chief, when they say that paramount chief is coming from the paramount chief and going to the clan chief, they will brush our road. The local government was in charge to be able to build this road.
Right.
At that time, we'll have plural system, which of course is not exist to anymore. But until we can decentralize our government, whereby total we will be able to build our own road, the finance, because like you just laid out, how in this world you gonna get somebody $100,000 and say go fund project?
Yeah.
You found a woman and say come to you and say, Pa, Uncle Two, I want you to direct my wife. Where is the woman? Don't put in don't put in a simple way. Don't put in a simple way so people understand it. You ain't got a woman yet, though. You don't find a girlfriend yet. Then you say, Uncle, because traditionally your uncle is supposed to direct your wife. So these are the issues that Liberians need to confront. And look, like you said, in this country, whether in the USA, whether in Europe, whether in Asia, the future of the Liberia, it lies in the hands of those who are in the diaspora. And I'll keep making my argument. What JFK said, ask not what you can do, ask what your country can, what you can do for your country, but what you can do for your country. These are the things we need to start putting together. Look, Liberia in the next 20 years, when we are all holding our kings, the young people today are they are the future of the country. And let me conclude with this. When it comes to your infrastructure, the president talked about digitizing our system in Liberia. One of the things we'll talk about tomorrow, we'll talk about the cyber issue. All the roads that we are building, that we are going digital. Up to this time, we are not even have a single cyber legislature on the floor. We are going digital. Executive order, only lasts until the turn of the president. When the president leaves, that's it. So if worker is serious about going digital, we have to have a legislative in the House and the Senate to pass. Because we're going digital. Suppose somebody commit a cyber crime. How do we prosecute it? How many people do we have that have been trained on cyber issue? How many our agency? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We got our passport and not digital. Tell us. Who are the people that are protecting our passports? It is a fraud when it comes to cyber. So, I mean, I commend the president for the say we're going to go digital. That's good. But let us do it on a legislative basis. And let us have a legislation that will be able to protect the institution, mostly our private institutions. So I want to pause on our issues. I know you talk, look, we're going to build a modern bridges. You into engineering, some work with the engineering people. It's a cyber issue. And then let you sitting in the basement. They can destroy the banking system. Now we transfer money. Somebody waiting, we can transfer money to Total without walking. So how do we protect that person's money? How do we protect that institution, especially when it comes to the private institution? And these are cyber crime we need to start thinking about. And then thank God for Mr. Baka to take a bold step that we want to go digital. That's great. Let me finish with it. First of all, we had the Mana River Union. Let's start with the Mana River Union. The 3 branches before we go to ECOWAS. When it comes to our digital, these are the people that will enter our way. And they're able for us to survive when the digital are everything. Hospital, bank, school, airports, you name it. I mean, the future is bright. But let us have good foundation. Like you said one time, if you want to build a house, get on a good foundation. You're not going to build a house on the sand. So please, Mr. President, the digital idea is a good idea, but let us do it the right way. Let it be a legislature, let it be a law in this country instead of executive order. Because as soon as you leave, it's all died down. So that's what I'm going to say for now. Let me give our dad a chance to say something. That is all yours.
Thank you, Dr. Malik. I'm sorry I didn't see you guys earlier. You know, I mean, this is the platform. No, we don't hide anything here. If I've seen you, because I think the way I have my camera set today is just because I got a bend like this to be able to see the bottom of it anyhow. But welcome and thank you. We will extend the time, maybe 30 minutes or 15, 30 minutes or so. But go ahead. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I think you guys already been talking about some very important things. But this is not the first time we've been hearing some of these very good things. We've been hearing the good things long before the war came. And after the war, we've been hoping that a leader was in the making. Now we've had a leader, but it's like we're still talking about a leader still need to come yet. We also said that Joria was the right person at that time for those who supported him, and the young people were following him. And we saw the experiment when the young people got into power. The young people even became more corrupt than the adults. And they saw government and politics as a lifetime thing. So at the end of the day, when I hear they saying that the young people will take over, that retrospect, when Amara Conner was working Ellen Johnson's government, that government was wrapped in systemic corruption. Now we refer to him as a young man. All right? He metamorphosed himself. Now he now in the house. He's now a lawmaker. So what I'm saying here is that the young people are growing up in a corrupt system. And there is no way they can devote themselves out of that corrupt system. In the first place, the education they're learning is morally corrupt. Some of them buy grades. All right? You can buy your way in school, you're buying grade, you're cheating, there's a fraud, and you graduate, then you tell me you will not practice corruption as a young man? It's just quite impossible. We have to find another way around. These people, they are about 37% of our total population according to the census. That's a huge chunk of young people in our country. All right? Now you have the drugs infiltrating our rank and file now, that very soon, if we don't put that under control, we will have problem on our hands. If people start changing into, forming themselves into gangster, drugs law and start fighting one another in our country, you myself will not even walk on the street. This is the best time. So there's a problem with the young population in Liberia that we need to rather sit down and redefine and look at the focus and how best we can engage them. And first, we got to start with the education. You can be buying your way out in school. If you start buying grade in school and you graduate, tell me now, you already an agent of corruption. You already, and you're going there to recruit more people. All right? That's another part. The other part, I keep hearing Mr. Bacon and the liberal saying the diaspora way will build this country. I've been in the United States for almost close to 20 years now. I have got myself affiliated with most of the diaspora organization and what have you. This group, I don't want to go deep into it. Maybe we'll find time. You cannot be fragmented. You promoting division. You undermining yourself. You drawing red line. And your focus here is to get into EULA and prepare yourself for government job. People are going into EULA to take a government job. They're not going into EULA to carry infrastructure in Liberia to create jobs. The diaspora should be able to be job creators rather than job seekers. You can only build that country when you become a job creator, not a job seeker. God have blessed us to have the opportunity to be here to go to school. Most of us have gone to school in this country. That I trust that. I don't know the statistic, but most of us have gone to school in this country here, in various disciplines and other things. And to add to that, most of us who did not go to school in this country but came into this country here, we found ourselves tying up with other people in other disciplines that have broadened our horizon to the point where we can even use those talent to help other people. Yeah, Mr. Bacon here. He is assisting security man from Liberia. He came here, he add those things up. Yeah, you there, the engineers. You can go to Liberia with some idea to help build our country. But if our focus here is that we are joining the Liberian Community Association to prepare ourselves for the job market in Liberia, we will not be in Liberia. But if we put ourselves together in this country as a group and put money together and take a factory into Liberia that will produce biscuit or will produce commodity. Now, when we're talking about helping Liberia to grow as those of us in the diaspora, that's fine. But even as of now, there's a whole lot of fighting going on. Now the fighting has taken a different trend now. If I went to school in a country, I got my master, and you got your doctorate degree, then you want to challenge me now to go get your own doctorate degree. It's not only about the doctorate degree or the master's, but how are we going to use those instruments to develop our country? Those are lifeless things. Degrees are lifeless things. And what you were taught, you're going to put them into practice to lift your country up. Okay? The population down there, the young people in our country are not strange to corruption. If you grow up in a corrupt home, you are bound to be corrupt. I yield.
Can I say something? Can I say something quick?
Yeah, please.
You see, Dr. Jones, what I'm saying when we talk about the upability of Liberian people, it is not about, we say, going back to Liberian and say, we don't want to be subordinate. Like you just said in the middle of your sentence. When I say the diaspora will build Liberia, they don't mean that our individual will do it. It's collective. To go and say, look, if you want to build a house, this is a way to build a house. If we want to build a street, this is a way to build a street. The idea is, like you said, we can do it collectively, based upon our discipline and our institutions that we work with, based on our spirit. Let's take, for example, look, I will use this for example. I was in January, I was in Monrovia, and I went to there's a new city called, not Farmington, Marshall. Marshall is a beautiful city, new city, but and we are doing the same thing that we are doing. It's not laid out. We are still using this separating system. We are not even using the marking of the house. So 30 years from now, It would be like Monrovia again. So these are the ideas I'm talking about. That's what I'm advocating. I'm not advocating say, you know what, we go to Liberia, we got a more brilliant idea, or because we are working in the institution, or because we have money. No, it's the idea. You can go to the place and look. Let me give you another example. It's a standard that a child is 6 years supposed to be in school in America. You in the education system. If you're not there, the government will come after you. How can that child is not in school? These are the things we are talking about. The ideas. It's not about we go in and say, oh yeah, because I got a master's degree, I got a master's degree in there, I got a PhD in this. No. That we have to give our people the idea. Look, take for example, people go home with big houses. Fine, we build houses, but is it to the standard? Eh? Is it to the standard? Or we just build houses? Look at downtown Monrovia right now. Like you just said, if you go, I don't know when the last time you were in Monrovia, but the whole of Monrovia now it gravitated towards Pinsville. The whole of Monrovia have been giving out to the so-called or Zogo. The whole of Monrovia, the place that we used to live and say, I'm going what the place? Mama Point. Go see Mama Point right now. I mean, that it is in a deplorable condition. The pipe, Rounder Street, Center Street, the where you and myself grew up, that we used to walk from Broad Street, from what B.W. Harris, all the way to Crown Hill. Go see these streets. Sport Commission, where we used to go and say, yeah, you want to parole on Broad Street. Go see Broad Street right now. It's in a deplorable condition. So these are some of the ideas we're talking about. Look, if we do this one, our country will move forward. This is not a way for us to move forward. So I am not saying that we are in the diaspora, we got all the ideas or we got all the money. It's the best way we do it. So that's what I just brought in Marshall. Go see Marshall. Marshall is a beautiful city. It is not laid out. 30 years from now, 40 years from now, we'll go to, look, let me conclude with it. The speaker, myself in the same neighborhood, go see rehab. It's laid out. What? There's no number system. We still use the hey, I also place. Can Mimi also play? Up to this time, we even had number system in the Republic of Liberia. There's somebody coming to your house, we still using landmark. As old as we are going to 200 years. Up to this time, we don't even have a single number system. We're still using landmark. So I agree with you on this, that we need to find a coalition that will have the ideas to promote the ideas that we have in this country. And look, this is how we can do it. It can be done, and we can do it. That's my point.
But before Libera come in, Libera, before you come in, let me just push back on 1 or 2 points. Liberal background, you will agree with me in your various state. I mean, let me just let Liberal out of this thing. Let me bring Mr. Background in. Even the small state we're living in, the Liberian Community Association, they fight more than they even sit down to talk. They are fragmented.
Granted.
They are breakaway group from that group. And the sad part is this. People run to people that were supposed to go to them for help. Libera, I hope you listening to me.
Let me take the call.
Yeah. People leave and even go.
I'm listening to you.
People even leave and go to the city mayor office to carry on propaganda about other Liberian organizations to undermine them. All right. If you go around the various states in America here, except for few, they are fighting in most of these Liberian community associations. A lot of fighting. All right. To the point where they can't grow. You can't be fighting and at the same time you at the same time you developing. Not possible. One has to take place first. So what I'm seeing here that even from the grassroots era, the Liberian Community Association, we are not even united. That's the first thing. How can we then unite to build Liberia? You see, that's the irony here. It's not possible, except we solve those in-house problems and unite and see ourselves as a unit or as a body put together. Then when we're talking about building Liberia, we can all embrace that idea. But to conclude, you are engineers. If we were serious to build Liberia, all our brothers and sisters that came to this country who are in the engineering field, if they can put together and form a very big organization, go to Liberia, lobby for funding around here, and so look, this is our proposal. We want to help our country as a group, all right? And you decide to look for funding around here, and you put yourself together as an engineer, and you go to Liberia with our group, with our organization, and you tell the Liberian government, we don't want money, we only want protection. But from this place to this place, road is not built there. We want to undertake this project as a body. We brought our funding. You can get all the manpower. We have the expertise. This is how we have built our country. Those are all from the educational era. Sese and all the other people all around the United States, we put ourselves together. All right? We formed a very large organization. We lobby here for money. We're not going there to lobby for money. The people don't have the money. We put the expertise together here, all the career people from educational background, educational leadership in education, curriculum. We put ourselves together here, register it in this country. Those are all in the various states that have senators. We lobby around them. So look, this is our idea. We want to take this thing back on this group. We want to build some, a lot just say we target one university. We want to build a university of developmental studies in our county. You go and tell the government, this is what we have come to do. We don't want money from you people. We just want you to get all protection as we carry this place. Identify anywhere in the 16 county where we can put the university down. This is our plan. We are already lobbying for professors. We already made our connection. This is it. All right? All the good ideas and labor, they are possible. But they can never come into fruition as long as we are divided here as diaspora in this country. Look at Yula. They're fighting all day. This is Yula that we're all supposed to be looking up to for direction, for leadership, for guidance. All right? It's not there. So now it's saddening, you know. This is the reason why when His Excellency, former president, we are became president. You know how many people left from here to go for a job? I don't know the total, but most of my friends that I know, over 40 of them. And when they went there, according to social job, we are told them, you guys are better off. I want to treat these people here. Everybody got annoyed. Everybody came back. You see? So it's a very good idea. The Ghanaians, they are doing it. The Ghanaians are united. But as long we were never united from whom, we cannot be united in foreign land. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Let me open the line.
Yeah, I know you can open the line, but here's the thing about that. Thank you for your presentation. Look, I agree with you 100%. The question my question to myself is, I am okay, but why would I leave from America and go look for joy in a third world country? Mr. To, Please answer it for
Yeah.
me. Why would I want to leave? If I go to Liberia, I'm going to serve. It's not about job seeking. It's about ideas. What can I do for our country? What contribution can I make? If the government call me, that's great. But it's not only, I mean, we all left Liberia for better life. There are millions of people trying to come to this country, like you say. What, 20 or 200 people want DV in the country? Why you think they play the DV?
2,500.
Okay, 2,000, 2,500. I want DV to come to this country. Then I care about them being in this country. Then I say I'm leaving from here. I'm going to look for joy in Liberia. I mean, let somebody explain it to me, please. You the audience that are listening, please. It's not about job seeking, but what can we do for our country? That's the question I always ask. That's why I always say we will build a country that you just articulated. We got professionals. Let's put ourselves together as a group. Even if you are a sweeper, you will teach people. Look, let me conclude. For sweeper in the country, you got to get a certificate.
Of course.
Huh? Tell you in the classroom. That person cannot just put any kind of chemical to put it on to map that floor. There are certain kind of liquid you got to put it because there are people who are allergic to this thing. So you cannot just sweep. You cannot just take any water or just chlorine or bleach and just and put it there. You have to have a certificate. So we have to train the people. You know what? When you train the person, they are moving up. Based upon the certificate, you pay them according to their standard. Then they become a professional person. They will not just look at it and say, oh, you are just a janitor. No, the janitor needs to have bench in the column, sanitary environmental specialist.
Giving them good names.
Giving them good name. And giving them good name, they can also come up with a price. Yeah. Because they have to be responsible to make sure that everything we do in the place. Let's take, for example, when I came to this country in the 90s, CNA work was like anybody could go do CNA. Now you cannot do CNA. You have to be certificated. Yeah. So it's progress. It comes with responsibility.
Yeah.
Every year, I hear every 2 years I have to go for recertification. I'm going to be able to carry firearm.
Yeah.
Every 2 years I gotta go resit. If I don't do it, they put me on the desk. So it's a stand-up. That's what I'm talking about. We can build it. What I'm talking about building is not because we leave from here, we're going to get you. Why would you leave America and go to Liberia and say, I'm going to seek you? Wait a minute. So that's my point I'm trying to raise.
Thank you. But let me say this here. I know Dr. Malley made some salient point here earlier. Let me say this, and the point that I was making myself, and I think this discussion is very fruitful as far as I'm concerned. Now, Dr. Miller, you stress on this unity among us Liberian diaspora here in the United States, which is quite correct. Early on in the 70s and early 80s, when I was just in the teenagers here in the United States, the Liberian Brigable, I'll be coming to you. Just give me a minute. Brigable, I'll be coming to you. Just give me a minute. The Liberian organization that was formed those days, they were geared towards Liberian student unification process, because there were some people that were coming here that were so afraid that they didn't know where to turn to. I'll give you an example. When I came here in the early 1980 or so, July, I got down in New York, JFK Airport. And before that, my cousin used to be in Philadelphia. He came to Liberia, and I was coming, and he was telling me things to do. So when I got to the airport, I went there with another Ghanaian who used to work at the Ministry of Education with me. But he came here with huge sums of money, and I have no clue. So he was detained, and I got out. My uncle, who was supposed to pick me up, was delayed based on traffic. And I wanted out of JFK. I didn't want to be bothered with any of that stuff with that guy. So I asked a taxi driver to take me to Rhode Island from New York. True story. So I took the taxi and I asked him, first I asked him how much. He said $350. I had about $400 on me. Baiko, when you say $350, it's like $3.50.
Yeah.
So I said, let's go. I got in a taxi. We started driving. 2 hours into that, we were in Connecticut. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, Rhode Island is in New York. He said, oh, yeah, we'll soon be there. So all along, I thought Rhode Island was in New York. 4 hours later, we were in Rhode Island.
Damn it.
I had to pay him $600. But of course, when we went back to JFK, I told my uncle who the taxi driver was, and he ran him out of there because he wanted to beat him up for stealing. But the reason why I brought this up, those days, the organization process was to unite Liberian students. And so that moved on to the PAR organization, which then became the backbone of the PRC, so to speak. So many Liberians took on this ULAT issue as being something that is being used. You get promotion, or you get you get official position with ULAT. You go to Liberia, the people respect you, they'll give you position.
Yeah.
That's how ULAT has always been used since then. Now, the reason why I said the young Liberians are sophisticated nowadays, what is happening in the community now, Mali, Dr. Mali, ULAT has failed us. The county organization has failed us. So the county organization, based on the failing, the section, the district's section organization is now thriving. It's thriving so much that the young people are now gravitating towards the district section organization because they still want to help. But the fact that the county leadership, organization leadership, is unable to provide that avenue for many of these people to help. So they are gravitating towards the district organization. And the district organization is doing so much good that many of these district organization leaders are now being asked to lead the county organization. And this is what I'm coming from. These district leaders, they were young and saw the confusion that was happening in the county leadership. And they are vowed to, within themselves, they are vowed not to repeat those kinds of mistakes. They have learned. Now, these people are now going back to the county leadership, county organization leadership. And sooner or later, these people will try to gravitate towards a leadership position back home. I'll give you another example. In Grand Gita County, we have 3 districts. One of the district organization here had a young man. Well, he's not that young anymore, but had a young man. He was the president of the association, and they have term limit. After his term was over, he decided to leave. They elected another young man. That young man started using the district organization scratch card, their ATM, to buy palm butter and other stuff. And that guy was taken out completely. They drove him out of office. They have to go and beg that man to come back and lead the district organization. That's integrity. So the point that I'm making, there are Liberians here in the diaspora that have trained themselves, that have positioned themselves with integrity and transparency. It's in them. Those are the people that we need to prop up if we want true success story in Liberia. The leadership in Liberia right now, they are corrupt. These are the same people that used to run ULAT with all of the conflict. What can you get out of them? Nothing. but they are all in Liberia now. These are people that were running counter organization with all corrupt behavior, money missing here and there. They are in Liberia now. So you see what I'm talking about. So as this evolving room or evolving door continues to happen, the young people now that are now in the leadership position of this section organization, the counter organization, because people are tired of the corrupt behavior. So in order for you to be successful in the county organization, in order for you to be successful in the district organization, your record has to be clean, or else you will not be elected. So these people, they are also educated. And these are the people that I'm making reference to, that they themselves will take Liberia to the next point. The days of Liberia future is still bright. It's still bright. Yeah, people say, well, Liberia 100 and some more years old, well, waiting for. No, we got time. Things don't just happen overnight. We used to run around with monkeys and snakes and leopard and places. Some of us are now picking up where the Western European, the kinds of standard they say they're giving us. That's okay. And many of us, many Liberians say, okay, this is a system you're giving us. I will improve myself in that system so that I will survive in your system, in your country. Go around all over America right now. People that came into this country didn't even have $200 in their pocket. But they were able to educate themselves. They are now making millions, if not. Go look at the houses they have. Go look at the car they're driving. Look at the position they're in. Go into healthcare, they're there. Go into security, they're there. Go into banking, they're there. The only thing they don't do is to steal. And the point that I'm making before I come back to you, Dr. Bade, is that the future of Liberia, the better days of Liberia, is ahead of us. And I don't think it would do us a good to throw the bathtub with the baby in it. Let us give hope to ourselves, and let us make sure that, yes, indeed, we're capable of going on. Let me bring in Breakable. Breakable, good evening. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah, thank you so much for your show. I was not going to call because you're talking about that. Your president has failed the whole country, and he go to one lawmaker, and this president I got authority to change things. But the subject on the discussion is it really touched my heart. I want to try to call you. Look, this is the issue that we're discussing. When I hear people talk about Liberia is corrupt or Liberia is corrupt, it baffles me. You know, system that is well built, and you're not still making it in a system. We are in a system that is well built, but still, among ourselves, we're not still making it. Even in the churches, Liberia churches, you go to other Liberia churches, 3% there. You go to other Liberia churches, 3% there. But you go to other Nigerian churches, you see human beings worshiping together. But we move from there to go back home and say, oh, we'll let that. Your own self living outside the country, you're not even together. But you want other people back home to be together. But you call in there and say, oh, we'll let that. And you're not seeing your mistake that you have here. We have an issue here that needs to be addressed. The reason why people going to Nigeria, going to Ghana, the way people go to Ghana, go to Nigeria, is because how the people take care of themselves in the poor country. That get their home to go to the country. But the man who said, you fight the man said, how will people go to your house? Before somebody go to your house, they have to see a character. And this is happening. Go to the churches and see Liberian churches. Go to other people's churches and see. People talk about organization. Look, when we want to talk about development, the man had to be developed. When I enter in the country, one minute to know you're in America, I went to barber shop. A 2-year-old child ate candy. The child, after she ate the candy, she was looking for a trash can because she had a trash in her hand. She was looking at the saying, look at Iran, look at Iran. And she went for the truck there in the corner. She went and put it there. Then I came to myself and said, wow. If they can do it, then one more about me. This is the thing that the system make. The system not tell you say do it. You yourself feel yourself do it. So that people can won't use bathroom, but they will hold themselves. But Africa, Liberia, we will live from here and go back home and do the same thing that we see is not correct, we'll do it. They will say we want development. Development comes from the mind, not from the mouth. So I really admire Mr. Mali. He said a lot today. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me come in. Let me come in one second.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mr. Mali said about the EULA. Yes, the problem of the EULA. You see, the foundation, like I said before, the EULA was at that time. We don't have more educated people in Liberia at that time. Look, Toba came 1972 before he started bringing assistant minister, and all these things started because the more you educated, the more he elevated you. So he said, okay, look, we're going to have 2 million graduates from the University of Liberia, and we got to find job for them, so we got to develop the position for them. Assistant minister, deputy minister, administrative assistant to the president, all the positions started coming at that time. But the genesis of UDA at that time, you don't have to change your position. Okay? Because UDA at that time, when you graduate as a UDA president, immediately there's a job offer in Liberia because they felt at that time you are coming here, you are require education, so definitely you got to go home. Now, we got too many educated people now. So you don't have to change. You don't have to change your position. What her future is, what she want to carry in Liberia. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you. Let me bring in this other caller, then Dr. Mari. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Thank you
for the topic. I enjoy you today. Even though you're driving, all your friends staying away from you because you're a friend of them. The truth is, what you all are saying is right. We the Liberians, we are not united. We see it right here. Every organization they form because of envy amongst the be the leader, the organization will break down. And this is the same thing he said, because we in America can earn $25. We can earn $50. Our family that in Africa, in Liberia, they went to school. They studied hard under the lantern and candle. Then we leave from here and suppress them and take the job from them. They will make them to be our bare burden. It's not right. I always say those things there. But then when you go there, if you refuse to get in the job, they come here and sit on the social media and downgrade your country. They insult everybody in the country. They feel that they are more educated than everybody because they came from America. You said, you said something, the nicest thing from Minnesota. I think they came from all over. They went Liberia. And then too, we in Liberia, very struggle too. They went Liberia to train the nurses thing. Don't you know that nurses and fix that in Liberia, people can take their job and they refuse to go for training? They refuse to go for training because half of them even know how to take father sounds. The nicest left right to go training and they say they can't come to the training. The people in Liberia to take their job from them. They are stubborn too. But still, we have to pull forward, we have to push forward. As you say, you're the engineering, the electrician, everybody can put together. Who will be the head? Because everybody won't be fighting. That's the problem, my brother. So we need to figure out what we can do. Who will be the head? Thank you, Alice. I join your donate. No fighting.
Yeah, but we're not fighting because we're not fighting because the person who left fighting, but you're not here. Yeah, the other man over there, but you quiet because he can't make it with 2 hours, so he's scared. He can't forward.
I see. I understand your point. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Thank you for your call. Appreciate it.
Well, without fighting, we just can't say one another brain to see how
thing with your kind here to talk. People are watching. All of these little fun stuff we do, they watch it. One thing I enjoy our folks. But no, seriously, I think the topic tonight is a very interesting one, but I think we will make it. The hope for us is that we will make it.
Yeah,
we will make it. The sad thing here for me is that, and let me take Cooper here, then I can make that statement. Cooper, good evening. Thank you for calling. We appreciate it. I know it's late already, but go ahead, make your comment.
Good evening, Mr. Toh. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for calling, Cooper.
Yeah, thank you for your topic tonight. You know, the issue with Liberia is we the Liberian ourselves. Even few Liberian are some Liberian, not everyone. Like, for example, we would have came, I've been here like 7 years now. Then when you live from Liberia, when you come here, don't have been here before, even when you learn knowledge that you have from Liberia, when you come here, the boy will look down on you. They look down on Liberians. Like you look down on each other. And then, like for example, the Nigerian, the Ghanaian are in a country, they are always together. But Liberia, we are not together. This probably not only from home. Even in America, even in a European country, Liberia are not together. So how can we build a country? Like for example, Mr. Parker talk about Marshall. You go to that Marshall area, you look at that there. Most of the houses are down there, you'll see many people from America that have a home over there. Looking at the system I hear, look at the building system I hear. They're not looking at it. All they know, they might have property over there. Instead of them getting the 2 minutes from probably where they look at how the homes are to be built, the location, how the homes are, how the alley. Nobody wants to care. So when we in a white man country, we respect the rule, but when we go back to our home country, we live in a kind of life. I don't see it fair for us. But to me, Liberia can come back together and realize that we are one. So.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Koba. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up. I know we're a little bit over time here, but let's wrap it up. Let's start with you, Dr. Malin. What will be your closing on this here? I know we'll be back tomorrow. And Jerry and myself will show face, and we will be informed. You and your so-called independent, you will not be able to kick us out tomorrow. You can play all the little game. Oh, that mother time to don't let mother talk and give you all the time you want to talk. Whatever little meaning we have, we will make sure we utilize that opportunity effectively. Go ahead. What will be your closing, sir?
Yeah, I just want to push back a little bit. We continue to say there are brighter days ahead. I agree with you. The brighter day will only be realistic if you lay the foundation for the brighter day. If you don't lay the foundation for that brighter day, you're not going to get a brighter day. We all were singing song that, oh, we need a government that needs to rescue us from Joe President we are. So we saw His Excellency Baka as the Messiah. That brighter day we were talking about yesterday. We saw His Excellency President Baka as that brighter day. Now we're beginning again to rehearse for another brighter day. So what I'm seeing here is that one of the chorus said, we are just cleaning around ourselves and forgetting about the mind. When the mind is not developed, like we're going to be just like that, from government to government, from government to government. And that brighter day will never come. As a matter of fact, the type of education that is being provided in Liberia can determine the type of politician you will have. If you have these students getting into fraud, corrupting the system, buying grade to graduate, my prediction here is that you will have corrupt young politicians coming up to take over Liberia again. And as a matter of fact, corruption has become like a way of life in Liberia. The very students, they see what's happening. They see how people go to parliament and steal money. They see how people get to government and steal things. They see how people go to government and corrupt things. And some of these very government officials go into the classroom there as a lecturer to lecture the kids. And some of the kids can just be looking at them. So some of the kids are even convinced that corruption is something good because it's from generation to generation. Nobody been sent to Bella Yara for 50 years to be there or 25 years. So it's like, I take my own. Like Joe Howard Taylor, a laborer, you really said, this is our time. Those are dangerous statements. Those are not patriotic statements. You see, you can never, no country can grow on the basis, on the back of those type of utterances. This is our time. You see? So in closing, what I want to say here is that we never had the foundation of unity from the cradle of Liberia. From the time Liberia got her independence up to today, we never had the privilege to cultivate the seed of unity among ourselves. No. Up to today, it's still not there. All right? As a matter of fact, during my course of study, I was doing some research on Liberian organization in America. That research is still ongoing. But it will surprise you to know that some of my little findings, even though it's still inconclusive, Grand Jide is the leading county, according to my analysis, that is experiencing natural unity. The people from Grand Jide, I don't know them. I don't go Grand Jide before. And by practice, you can feel it. You can see it. They have got their own problem. But for what reason Nigerians are united is still a miracle to me. The next country that follow is Nima County and Cape Mount County. You see? So I've been wondering, the Nigerians need to really educate the rest of Liberia. The meaning of unity. What it means to get united? You see, I never heard about Nigeria until I came to this country. When they took over, little I got to know about them. You see, but for what reason they are united? They are very district. They come together. I mean, occasion they are there supporting one another. From my own analysis, I don't see that thing trickle down to most of the country. In fact, most of rather even the worst country, where they're fighting today, they are distributing their fighting spirit all over Liberia, Mosorado County. All right? So, to be frank with you, from the time our nation saw the sunshine from day one, that unity was never there. Then again, let me put the red meat in. I know it will cause problem again, but I will put it in. The settlers that came, they introduced what I call individualistic concept. And some of our people that were domesticated by them, they took this thing and carry it as a disease among the indigenous. It was under the settlers, my wife, and myself. That's it. What happened to Total and my business? What happened in Mr. Bacontat and my business? It under my wife, myself, that individualistic concept is what that has permeated our society today, that affecting us, we're not holding together. Whether we can work on it, we're going to 200 years now. The great country of the United States, we're not even holding together there. I get some friends in Canada. The same fighting is there. One of my brothers called me from Australia. The same fighting is there. In that case, we have just practiced to be disunited. Naturally, we don't know it. By practice, Grand Jide, we need to learn something from that country and its people. Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry, go ahead.
Thank you. But here's the issue here. You see, And I will say on the platform all the time, to be here is a privilege for me, because where I came from to be where I am, and we'll do all our best to educate our people. And people look up to us, people watching us from all over the world. And what we say is important. I'm from B&W for me to be here. Let me say this, another guy spoke on it. When we were growing up, there was competition when it comes to education, because your knee wanted to be on a honor roll. Your knee wanted to be on an honor roll. When they put an honor roll list, you wanted to be there. Your knee wanted to be there, and there's no way you could cheat. Because the teacher then said, well, they were not corrupt. Even if you spy, when they call you spying, they will carry you in the auditorium. And believe me, there were corporal punishment. Today, I don't believe in corporal punishment, but sometimes it's a deterrent. But today, the children of today, they want shortcuts. Because, I don't know, it's a post-war or it's a system. Today, the children, they don't want nobody to mentor them. You leave from here right now. Go for your own show right now. Go and say, you know what, I'll open my engineering firm. Let a student there at the University of Liberia, let them come do an internship in my company. Or the man try to promote his company. No. Yeah. You did an internship. And based upon that internship, where you do your internship, they will determine and say, oh, you did your internship with so your engineer friend, yeah, the one reference from you. You can go home, open your institution, train teacher. The first thing they do, oh, yeah, he tried to promote himself. So these are the issues. None of them want to subordinate themselves to become who they are. Some of we try our best. Yeah? Somehow the boy here we get is not by accident. Somehow we live with people who draw water. Some of them didn't even know how we got here. But today they want to take shortcuts. Most of the students today, most of our children today, they just want quick step, quick handout. They always play the victim. Oh, because I didn't get this one, I didn't get that one. I get from we. And one day I would tell my story on this show. Okay? Sometimes they come here, they say, oh, you are worth it, or you this, you that. No, or you because you're in America. No, how the Jared Bacon came from B&W to be on LPR. You don't know. Let me conclude with this. The system you talk about, that 35-mile doctrine is still affecting you today. Yeah. 35 miles development. It won't 35 miles outside Monrovia. Look at EBC. You only used to stop to what the plane in Kingsburg, 35 miles outside Monrovia. That's it. The only radio station that was what? WA. The one our man used to listen to. That was the only radio station that could go all over Liberia. But EBC never went outside Kakata. It never even reached Kakata. So that 35-mile doctrine, we need to erase that something, and it's still affecting us today. Until we can fight that cancer, someone who advocating for the betterment of Liberia, we got to uphill about it. Well, let us not be discouraged. There's somebody who had our hands to be where we are. So let us do the same to those that are looking at us, you and myself today. Thank you. That's my closing.
Thank you, gentlemen. Like I said, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to recognize that you guys were in the back here. But let's meet on Mr. Social tomorrow, where the conversation will continue. For our audience, I want to thank you very much, Dr. Bandit. Thank you very much, Jerry. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, folks, Samson to Liberia Radio. We are here again, getting ready to tell you good night, of course. It's a wonderful thing to have our brothers and sisters listening to us and you're also participating in the conversation because these things are very important to all of us to contribute. These conversations, it's not like you have some sort of manipulate over whatever it is that we're discussing. And so it is very important for us to come out here and have these conversations. I want to thank all of you, those of you that continue to write, those of you that was calling. Thank you very much, guys. We'll be back here again tomorrow with Mr. Soul Show, where Tapata from the Liberal will continue. One thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to give in to these three conservatives on this show. We will continue to be here as a counterweight to their conservative behavior and their conservative idea. We're not going to let it take root on this. This is a liberal program, and the liberal will survive and will be here. I believe my own sister, Esther, said yesterday she's waiting until tomorrow to come and watch Mr. Social. I told her I will be on here. But on a very serious note, folks, we'll be back again tomorrow. It's wonderful to have you guys on. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll say good night to all of you. And thank you for your contribution to the Liberian Public Radio by listening. Thank you very much. And good night, folks.